I want to point this out. So guys, the car cost me, like, if I pay $150 in my truck and I pay $13 to go the same distance in my car, that's all that money over 7 years. Then you've got I've never had to put exhaust gaskets in it. I have to send my truck in. I have to gotta go to service. I haven't had to change the oil, $90 a pop. I haven't had to replace the belts, the hoses. I haven't had to do anything to this car. And when people start to, their two EVs are losing their popularity, I'm like, I'm a car guy. Trust me, if this car was shit, I'd be the first guy.
There's
There's
a new hit job being done on EVs.
100%.
And we all know why. Again, follow the money. There's oil and
companies
gas.
made $55 billion in profit. Sorry, that's
Donald Trump just at a fundraiser a few weeks ago told oil and gas executives to give him $2 billion.
Yeah.
And he would pull all of the EPA regs if he gets elected.
So not only does it cost us more money for all this maintenance for these fucking
kills us.
Piece of shit. Exactly.
It
kills
people.
the fucking planet.
It kills the planet.
What are they all saying now
Science
about the
doesn't
batteries that you can't recycle?
Oh, that's another lie.
That's the new thing.
They keep saying that you can't. Yeah, what happened to the batteries? Well, EV batteries, you can actually, when you take them out of the car.
Yeah.
So the car's still there. You can, which by the way,
it still runs.
You could put a new battery in it.
Yeah.
But you take the batteries out, and everything that batteries are made with, you melt them down. It's recyclable. The lithium, all of it's recyclable.
They're all saying it's not.
Look it. No, it is. Look it up.
I know.
It's 100. Batteries are 100% recyclable. Do you know how I can prove it to you? You ever go get a new battery? What do they give you back? At fucking AutoZone, they give you $20 off.
Yeah,
they go give us because they send them back in. They melt them and they make new batteries out of them. Yep. You fucking morons. So here's the thing. We have to start questioning everything that comes up when it comes to a corporation who's making money off that. You said it. Follow the money. You have to do it. When it comes to our country, do you know out of 33 industrialized nations, there's one that hasn't figured out healthcare? One. Yeah. Ours. Everybody else has free healthcare. Here's what's going to happen now. So here's how America works. The rest of the countries, by the way, if you get sick, like your operation, we have to pay. You would not believe what you too.
And then you get bills for months and months after.
You pay for healthcare insurance, and then you get a fucking bill.
Yep.
So here's what happens. So you work your life right off. They don't teach you about money in school. They don't teach you about investing. They don't teach you how to make money. They teach you how to earn money so they can make money. Yeah. Then what happens is you save up a little bit of money. You get a little bit of a retirement going on. Maybe your retirement goes up a little bit because you had a Democrat in office and the fucking economy didn't tank like they do every time with Republicans. So you get this little bit of money. Now you're 70. You got a house. Oh my God, you spent 15, 20, 30 years paying for this house. You've got some equity in it. You got 400,000 in equity. You've got 200,000 in equity. You've got 100,000 in the bank. You've got $300,000 or $400,000. You're like, you know what? That's going to be tight. But maybe the last 10 years of my life, after busting my ass for 6 decades, 7 decades, I can actually chill out for a couple of years before I die. Mm-hmm. Then you get cancer. And then all that money you raised gets paid for to a medical facility,
and
to doctors,
medications,
medications which aren't covered.
Even
plastic
when
tubes.
My mom passed away, after that, Randy got bills for, I want to say, about $98,000.
Yeah, he was getting bills for $11,000 at a time.
Yeah, they were, no, we're not going to cover this because she died, that she didn't really need that. So that was palliative. You were keeping her comfortable by giving her
while she was in horrible pain
Lasix,
from pancreatic cancer.
Yes.
So just so you know, the entire system is based on fucking you over. Do you get it? The entire capitalist system, and I'm a capitalist. Look, I got to make money, but I give value. I go make you laugh, and your brain creates endorphins, and I make you healthier. That's what you get. I give you something. The gas companies and the oil companies and the medical facilities, they don't want to cure you. Do you know we could cure some of this shit? Mm-hmm. But they don't want to cure you because, as Chris Rock so famously said during that one bit, Chris Rock, brilliant. The money's on the comeback. Every drug dealer knows the money's on the comeback. Mm-hmm. We could invent something that might keep you high forever, but that money's on the comeback.
Yeah, don't cure anything.
They want to keep you sick and just alive enough to keep paying them until you're fucking out of money.
Yep.
And then, oh, you got to die now. Sorry. So just be clear.
Say it again. And I do not feel more emphatic about almost anything is that healthcare is a basic at the basis of everything. That is a human right.
Yep.
Healthcare.
Especially we pay taxes. We pay taxes.
Yeah.
Healthcare. You not being afraid to be sick, you not being afraid to go broke. How did we just cap insulin prices? Thank you, Joe Biden. How did that just happen?
There was $600
People were going
a month.
broke
Yeah,
and they die without it. I mean, it is nuts to me that when you bring up healthcare, all these morons, some of them were related to, we'll say, socialism. You know why you can feel that way is because you can afford the health care.
Yeah.
Some of them can't.
It's easy for you to sit where you're sitting and condescendingly say that other people don't deserve rights. And that's what they all do with immigrants. You know, when my dad was here, I kept pointing out how immigration keeps California going.
It feeds
And without
the nation.
California going, people aren't eating across the country.
Right.
And not just eating, but California, the taxes that we pay gets flooded into Alabama,
Kentucky,
Mississippi,
Tennessee,
Kentucky.
yeah.
I mean,
Florida.
people, it blows my mind that people lack
Missouri.
critical thinking anymore, that they can't stop instead of just, if you say to me, you know, radical
Left.
if you say to me, socialism, if you say woke, I already discount your intellect
You're a
because you
moron.
don't have it.
You're a fucking
I
moron.
already am out because I know that you can't sit and think through anything. You are only an automatron. You're repeating what somebody said, what the masses around you are saying. You're not stopping to think through things like this IVF thing now. Like, what?
Can we talk about this for a second?
What?
Okay, so wait a minute. You're anti-abortion. You're pro-life. Okay, you're pro-life. You think babies should always be born. Okay, but so you want to ban abortion, but you also want to ban in vitro fertilization,
and
so people can have babies.
birth control.
And birth control.
Birth control, which would help stem the abortions that you say that you hate so much.
It doesn't make any sense. You can
But you want
make it make
babies,
sense.
but
You-
the people that are paying tens and thousands
To
or
have
maybe
babies.
hundreds of thousands to have babies with IVF because they can't, otherwise you don't want that. Oh, wait, so it's just about putting your foot on women's necks. Okay,
Amen.
got it.
There
Got
you
it.
go.
We got a little too uppity. We got a little too much power. There's at least 22% of us in CEO positions now. And then we got a vice presidential spot. And so, okay. So the
Wait,
reason it doesn't
that's
make
enough.
sense.
And she's a minority. Hold up, we gotta pump the brakes on this,
Yeah.
man. We got a black woman, and she's Indian too. Holy shit!
The whole country's going to shit.
Yeah.
So let's talk this through a little bit because I'm going to write a bit about this. The new show's going to have this bit in it. So just to edit you people out that don't want to hear me lecture, but I'll make it funny. You pay taxes, so we pay. So if you pay taxes, so it's 1.6 trillion a year in taxes the country pays. Of that money, 860 billion goes to fucking weapons and Lockheed and building fucking planes. That, by the way, they spent 14 billion, or they spent $2 trillion on that last fighter plane that didn't work, and no one's fucking said shit about it. We didn't get anything for it, but no one said shit about it. Okay, so we spend 800 billion on weapons, and then we spend 716 or 760 on stuff for America. Now, Biden at least is infrastructure. They cleared that bridge is open up now. They knocked down a major bridge, and so it's up and running.
No, wait. I thought they just got rid of the parts. And
No,
now
the bridge. Yeah, the bridge isn't rebuilt, but they cleared it out. Yeah, so they can get through it now.
Yeah.
They can get the shipping going
Oh,
again.
right.
So,
okay.
by the way, that's right. So the supply chain got fucked up, and Biden fixed it again. Want to point it out.
Everywhere we go, the airports just this weekend,
Oh, my
every
God.
airport is either under construction or just completed. Where we're walking through, where was the one we were just in when we were like, holy crap, look at
Not
this.
Dallas. It was Kansas City.
Kansas
we
City.
were like, what? This is
Utah, Salt Lake, too. The week before when we flew through,
It's
we were like,
crazy.
holy crap, they upgraded
What happened
this.
when we got off the plane in LA? Because it's LA things been going on for a while. It's
Yeah.
been annoying me. But we walked out of the terminal and I was like, we got off the plane and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. Which, by the way, if you go to Europe, that's what their airports look like.
Right.
And have for a very long
When we went
time.
to South Africa, years ago, we were like stunned at how come this place looks so much better than, I mean, not the bad parts, but the stuff they rebuilt since apartheid. You're like, I was looking at the toilet. I was stunned by the toilet. I was stunned by the toilet. I was like, how come we don't have toilets like this? This toilet's amazing.
You want to have your mind blown about all types of technology.
I started research.
Your whole body
Holy
blown.
moly. Japanese toilets. That's a relationship.
So we keep doing this bullshit, this manifest destiny. We're number one, and people, you want to figure out how we're not? Just travel a little bit.
And they don't think we are anymore.
No,
they laugh at us. All of the street performers in Edinburgh, when we would go up on the mile and watch street performers, their like hacky joke
is American jokes,
either about how dumb, fat, or gun-toting we are.
Yeah. Every single one. And the shit we eat.
Yeah.
Because by the way, so here's how America is. And look, I want us to be number one. Look, my family, again, I'm talking about my new show, has been here since 1628. I love this country. You have to understand something. I don't have a job without the freedom this country provides.
Yeah.
I have freedom of speech. That's my entire life.
Yeah.
So I love this country. We were talking this weekend. I just told her this morning, we were talking about someone. I was going, do you realize that we get to do this? Like it's a blessing. Yeah. I love this country, but I am honest about it. And I will tell you this right now. If 33 other countries, of the 33, 32 can figure out how to make sure everybody has health care. Everybody doesn't have to be scared to death to even book an appointment. I got this thing. I can't go. Why? Because it's going to cost me $800.
Before
and I can't afford $800 fucking bucks.
They let us into a room with a lady with a credit card machine, and they weren't going to let me go back unless we paid. I think they said we need $2,800 right now
to start,
and that wasn't including all the bills I got after.
And these brainwashed dumbasses are fighting against Biden. Is trying to do another thing to help with the healthcare issue.
He's trying to expand Obamacare, which Obamacare turned in this clusterfuck because the Republicans tried to vote it out 50 times. We need universal health care in this country. Do you want to stop the high cost of health care? Here's the problem. What's happening is because we don't have health care, because you can't go to a doctor, because you can't go get something checked out, because if there's a bump on your neck, you're like, fuck, if I go to check this out, how much are the tests? $1,100? Yeah. Can't do it. Sorry. So what happens is you let that grow.
Yeah.
So then a year from now, you go, oh, you have cancer. Yeah. Guess what? You're done now. Yeah. So now you're fucked. So if you made it so we could all go to the doctor and it didn't kill us, what would happen was they would catch the shit early and get rid of it. Mm-hmm. Then we wouldn't have to die. You'd live a longer life, which puts more money into the economy. So you pay more taxes. You live longer. And at the end of your life, your kids get your money. But that's right there. They do not want to give you. If the transfer of wealth is not from generation to generation in America, the transfer of wealth is generation to corporation. That's why we're fucked.
And it's even worse than that. I mean, talk about the fucking price gouging that in the equipment that they use.
The second they have an excuse.
Oh my God. Well, it always comes up like I've mentioned that plastic tube, $1,200 for a plastic tube that shows up on your bill. It's not only
Band-Aids,
aspirin, was $10.
Yeah.
Per.
So not only are they keeping you paying for the service, they're quadruple fucking quintillion, the fucking everything that you have to pay for once you get in there.
Yeah. I say this all the time. When I was running clubs and I did not have insurance, I learned that first of all, I had to go to the emergency room to get anything treated, to get help. I couldn't
afford it.
Just go to a doctor. Right. Yeah. Until I learned one thing. And then when the financial office calls you and says, you owe $78,000, I say I'm uninsured. I'm self-pay, which I then learned to do with doctors' offices. So then they would go, oh, then $500. Mm-hmm. When I would go to doctors' offices, they would say, what insurance do you have? And I would say, I don't have insurance. And she would say, oh, okay, then it would be something that's, $1,200. Then you can just pay us $120. It was all, and I was always like, how does that? So you guys are overbilling.
It's the scams. Oh, you're the con man.
And then they're
billing the insurance company.
You're in your network, but you're out. What?
So I have a friend. I have two friends. I have actually a doctor, our family doctor, and then I have my really good friend who stopped flat out taking insurance. Nope. Why? Because he figured out that I can deal with all this paperwork, and I have to hire one person that their entire fucking job is to send the 75 pages to the fucking insurance company that's raping everybody.
And then get denied.
And then I only get 10% or 20% of what I get. And so instead of that, and the insurance company's charging us so much money that it's insane.
Marshall was owed an insane amount of money.
He was owed the insurance company.
It.
So, and by the way, it's not, you can't blame the doctors. It's not the doctor's fault. It's the corporations that run the medication and the medical equipment. Yep. My friend, at one point, he called me and I'm like, you do what? You're packed all the time. He's one of the best doctors in the world. And he goes, no. He goes, they owe me $360,000 from his insurance company. The people had already been helped. They've been billed.
Yeah.
And Biden is trying to remove medical debt so it can't get reported on your credit.
Yeah, socialism. But all these socialism assholes, listen, did you drive to work today? Guess what? That road that's socialism. Did you know a highway that you drove on vacation? That's fucking socialism. You know that the rest stop you stopped at? That's socialism. You know the fire truck that Shane put your house up before it burned the fuck down? That's socialism. Do you know those pipes that are under your street? That's just fucking socialism. You know, have your water in your house? That's socialism. So shut the fuck up. I'm so tired of people whining. You fucking... I'd rather have my tax dollars used to help Americans than it would to help corporations. Because currently right now, our tax dollars are helping Lockheed and fucking Raytheon, and they're helping all the medical community. Fuck, man. I'm so
That's
fucking tired.
That's the thing that makes me insane too. And then we can go. But I wanted to say.
Let's get Titus peaked and then unleash him on the world. That's a great idea.
Let him go like a top.
Check that one. The cameras might be turning off. Because we've been here so long.
I always check it.
Is that for us under Trump, the tax cuts benefited us.
Right.
It actually, because we have a business, it actually helped us, and we still fought against it and have railed against it for 7-8 years now because it is not for the greater good.
Right.
I want to make money, but I don't want to do it by stepping on the heads of other people.
People that are poorer than us are really
I'm not.
Also, in the long run, if we had universal health care, you wouldn't have all the money out of your pocket for anything that you've had to pay for.
Well,
you wouldn't have had to pay for.
Well, insurance companies go away. So so insurance companies in the last 10 years have paid over $500 million to Congress.